Hey everyone, it's Wednesday. We are live at 5. 5 o'clock, I usually wait a couple of minutes for people to kind of roll in, and I can see who's coming in. So if you're jumping on, especially if you're jumping on for the first time, introduce yourself, say who you are, where you're from, what the name of your cleaning business is called, what the name of the business is. So that's obviously very, very important. I see one viewer on here. I'll usually wait like 2 minutes. Tonight's a really, really big and important training. It is all about hiring, right? Hiring for the cleaning business is one of the most difficult things that you will need to master in order if you're going to scale it. Hey, Gabriella. Woo! Oh, so Gabriella, so like when I go live, it notifies you, right? Because I know we were having a problem with people not getting notified. Hi, Belinda. How are you? Because I was wondering if people are getting notified or not. I have to go in and individually like invite people to the training. So I was wondering. So see a few more. Hey, Libby, how's pricing going? Are your people staying with you? Notification is live. Okay, that's good to know. I'm glad to know that. Libby was raising her prices. Libby and Belinda are in the group program. Libby was raising her prices and getting super nervous, but there was one client last week that approved the quote. She was pretty psyched. Oh, good. So they're staying with you. Did anyone bail out after the price increase so far? I'm curious to hear about that. Some people will, but you just want to replace them with high paying clients. Really, that's what you want. So yeah, I'm curious to hear about that. So tonight's training is hiring people, cracking the code on hiring the perfect employees to scale your business, right? You guys all know me, but I do this because a lot of people watch this on replay. So we had a ton of people join over the last 24 hours. Jeannie Scheiss and Heather Ellis. Heather Ellis is a client of mine. Jeannie Scheiss attends the lives. Recommended me on Professional House Cleaners last night, and 150 members joined in the last 24 hours. So if you are joining us for the first time, welcome. You don't know who the heck I am. I'm going to tell you who I am. My name is Cheryl Hager. I founded Sisters Who Scale. I'm a cleaning business coach, and I also do on the side a little bit of service industry businesses. I work with junk removal, real estate, photographers and things like that, but 99.9% I work with cleaning business owners. I own a residential and commercial and power washing business called Made Bright Cleaning. I started this business solo when my son was little. I went from $0 to upwards of 700K. We're just hitting over the mark of 700K in about 3.5 years, working 20 hours a week doing that. We've grown consistently about 30% every year. And the best thing is we did it during a pandemic, which was crazy. If any of you had your businesses during a pandemic, you know how crazy that was. And people ask me all the time, how'd you do it? Or how do you do it? And I always tell everyone it's a process of result-producing activities that are performed in a rolled-out systematic plan on a consistent, that's the word, on a consistent basis over and over and over again. And never giving up. And never quitting. I never felt sorry for myself, right? These are things I never do. I never feel sorry for myself. I never quit. I always look for a way to fix things, solve problems. I always look to keep getting back up, right? Despite the odds. Those things will make all the difference in the world when it comes to you hiring, running your operations, getting your clients when clients cancel service and you want to throw in the towel and give up, right? Don't give up. Keep going. I always tell people clients are going to cancel service. That's just part of business. Employees are going to quit at the most inopportune times. That's just part of business. But it's what you do or how you handle it that's going to make that defined line in the sand between quitting and thriving. That's the difference. The people that don't quit are the ones that win, okay? People close their doors to their cleaning business because they don't have the skills acquired to run it, or they're doing too much. Anyone here feel like they're doing too much on a day-to-day basis? So if you're in the field cleaning and you're running the operations and doing the payroll and the schedule and paying the bills and the sales and the marketing, you're doing too much and you're eventually going to burn out, right? How many of us can say that they feel like they're burned out some days, right? That's just the reality of things, because you're all human. We're all human. So you have to cut yourself a break. You got to stop making excuses for yourself on how to acquire the skills, and you have to fix your overwhelm. No one else is going to fix your overwhelm for you. It isn't going to be done for you. You have to figure it out yourself. And so that's where I come in. I teach people the skills necessary to grow and scale, to get the heck out of the field so you can run your business, stop working in your business like an employee. I help owners get out of the field, get some relief, and some time freedom. And that's what it's all about. We had a testimonial this morning. Sydney and Jake from North Carolina, they're one of my clients, and Sydney worked for the first time from home today, not in the field. And she was not cleaning today. There's a picture of it. I posted it and I said, can I post this? I have to show everyone this is possible. All right. So the big question is, how are you going to hire the right people to scale your cleaning business over 500,000? That's usually the success mark, the over 500,000. What does it take? So it's definitely a doable venture. I've done it. Other people have done it, but it's not going to come easy, right? You're going to have crappy days. You're going to have better days. You're going to end your Friday saying, thank God it's over. Then some Fridays you're going to be like, this was the greatest week in the world. It's just the way it is. It's like the ride of entrepreneurship, right? But it's what you do with those days that make all the difference. Let me just check in with everyone and see his. Hey, Katrina. You're exhausted. You're in the field, right? Doing too much. Hi, Candace. Doing too much. Hi, Stacy. Send those letters out, Libby. I see this. Send those letters out. I'm psyched. All right. Number one, this is the first thing you got to do. And I've seen some people, anything that I talk about in a training, I have seen out, whether it be in this community or in, the cleaning business. I get my information, my talks about everything I've seen. Number one, you must have commitment to your main business. So the first thing you need to do is check your commitment. Is it there, right? Are you committed to building this, or do you have another side hustle as well? Anyone here have a side hustle? I know I've seen people have side hustles. They clean, and then they do Pampered Chef, or they do New Skin, or they do something like that. Your side hustle is going to distract from the main hustle, right? If you really want your main hustle to be cleaning, you have to get rid of the side hustle. And I see some of you have different things. I've seen it. So who has a side hustle here? And I know you're saying to yourself, like, oh, it's bringing me a few bucks. I like the products. But what your side hustle is doing is it's distracting you, and it's taking up more time that you could be learning how to hire, how to get more clients that are ultimately going to give you more money than your side hustle is ever going to give you, right? So you need to kind of decide what you want. Do you want to put all your efforts and energies into your main business, which is your cleaning business, if it is, or you want to spread out your energy and never really be great at anything, right? What do we call that? We call that a jack of all trades. They do a million things, right? They're like jack of all trades, master of none, right? We've heard that before. So you have a much better chance of being successful if you put all your energies into one business. And I know it's tempting because we're all entrepreneurs and most of us are very creative beings. We come up with all kinds of other ideas, how to make money. Oh, that would be a good business idea. That would be a good business idea. But the reality is, if you're going to scale in your first business and scale it well, you have to work on your first business before you can start other businesses, right? I'm the same way. I'm the same way as all of you. I see something and I'm like, wow, this could be a great business. But then I have to reel myself back and I have to be like, okay, calm down and focus. You need to focus 100% on one business at a time to be really good and successful at it. So with that being said, if you want to get great employees, you need to focus on getting great employees, right? You can't half-ass hiring. Hiring is a whole division of your business. It's not a side thing, right? It's not like, oh, let me just throw up an Indeed ad and see what I get. This has to be a focused effort. So it's an ongoing thing you're hiring. And as you go along and you gain more experience, you will understand this. But this is the next thing I'm going to say. I want you to remember these 3 letters. Remember the letters, my My watch is talking to me. Okay. Oh, I'm getting a message from one of my girls. She can't find the keys to one of the cars. That's lovely. This is what happens. I'm not going to panic about it. So here are the 3 letters. ABH. Write that down. What do these letters stand for? They stand for always be hiring. So you're always going to be looking to replace one staff member at all times. There's always going to be a weak link. Always, right? So if this is the case, you need to become a master at hiring. Let me just message this. I am sorry. Okay, there we go. Perfect. So Jay's got it. Okay, so ABH, always be hiring. Look to replace one staff member at a time at all times, right? So if there's going to be a weak link, you're always going to be looking at replacing one person. So who here has said the phrase people don't want to work? Raise your hands if you said this. And where did you hear this? You heard this from the media. Who has said people don't want to work? I'm sure we've all said it at one point, but here's the deal. We sound like a bunch of crybabies and poor sports saying that. The unemployment rate in this country is so low. It's at an all-time low. Did you know that? It's like 3.5%. That's super low. That means everyone's working. They aren't just working for you, right? That's the difference. Everyone's working. They're not working for you. And so it's my goal as a coach, to figure out why they don't want to work for you. There's always kind of reasons. Why aren't they applying to the job you posted? Why isn't the phone ringing off the hook when you place an ad? Why are people applying but not showing up for interviews? I mean, part of this is kind of common, but here it is. And people like the way I'm honest like this because I believe in getting to the root of the problems to fix things. So maybe it's you, right? Or what you're not doing that's causing this. Maybe you're the reason why people don't want to work for your company. Maybe you're not saying something, or maybe you're saying something like, we don't know, right? I never intend to sound harsh or offensive. That's never my intention or the case with me. But what I am here to do is to teach you to look inward first. Don't look outward. Don't point the finger. Don't be that person. Stop looking outward. Stop making excuses, because all the excuses are doing are prolonging your success. So it's your job as the CEO of your company to figure out what the problem is, right? There's people that just want to, be with a bunch of other negative people, and they want to blame outside forces as reasons for their mediocrity, right? It is what it is. To justify them not having the success they want, they blame everyone else. They say, nobody wants to work. I don't sit in my office and complain and say no one wants to work, because there's plenty of people out there who have families to support, who are single mothers, and they need jobs and can't work, 80 hours a week, and they need the mother's hours like we offer, okay? I was one of them for a long time. I never made excuses for myself. I went after it. I didn't care what anyone said. I didn't care what the media said. I didn't care what my friends or my family said. I stopped the pity party and I figured shit out. That's what I do. So what's your process? So there are skills you need to acquire, because we're not born with all these finesse and the smarts of being a good boss, and we're going to get it wrong sometimes. We aren't born leaders. We learn the skill to be leaders, okay? You always want to look at what you can improve to make the situation better. Did you do everything possible as a boss to make everything better? So as CEOs, what do CEOs do? CEOs solve problems. They fix situations. So let's look at what you could be doing better, right? So start training yourself on this. Like, try and think of yourself as a master problem solver. CEOs put out fires all the time. They create solutions to things. So hiring, like, you need to get better at this. It's an art. It doesn't happen overnight. It's a skill that takes time, and you cannot wing this, okay? You have to learn how to do things correctly. I'm going to read this. My husband and I love flipping furniture, but we don't focus on it. Right, because that's going to distract. Side hustle, massage therapy. Yep. We found it, Gabriella. You get a side hustle and massage. You can do it for a little bit, but eventually, if you want to have a big cleaning business, you'll have to focus all your efforts in that, and just do it for your friends. Katrina, I just had staff ghost me and never show up for work. It happens. It's happened to me. It's happened. I believe I stand in the way of myself more than anything. Maybe, Candace, maybe. You know, I love you. We're a work in progress. Maybe, possibly. Okay. Number 2, learning how to write great ads. So the first point of contact that an applicant has with your company is your ad. So what do your ads look like, right? What are you saying in your ad? Is it boring? Could it be boring? Does it not want the reader, does it not want to make them continue to read on, right? Does it have shiny things in it, like how much the pay is, what the benefits are? Do you answer them in the Indeed with a cheery attitude? Do you use exclamations in your ad? I use exclamations in my ad all the time. My personality jumps off the page in my ads. Are you doing something like this that's not attracting people? Okay, so we need to hire people with a lot of energy because this is a physically demanding job. We all know this, right? So we don't need slow, low-fee people applying, right? They will not be able to do this job. So do you sound boring in your communication? I'm not saying maybe you do, maybe you don't, right? All these things matter. So when I'm messaging applicants, I use exclamations. I tell them I'm looking forward to meeting them. I treat them with respect, and this is a test to see how they respond. I want to see how they're responding to me. If they're just responding to me with boring words like yes, and the email, you know, for the Zoom link or whatever, like I kind of say, this person maybe like, I don't know, not much of a personality. So like if they respond to me like with the word hey, or, you know, I kind of make a joke out of it. I don't like people talking like that to me. It tells me that they're not going to have any respect. So is your ad mega detailed? So the applicant knows exactly what the job entails, right? You can make a cleaning position sound very glamorous and creative if you want to. Your competitor are big companies like MaidPro, Molly Maids, The Maids. Companies that have designated people writing their ads, right? You're competing for the same talent. So your ads need to be just as good, if not better, because there are rock star cleaners out there. I had one that started today. I had one that started last week. They're just absolutely phenomenal. People who love to clean, but I know how to write ads, so I know how to attract those types of people to my company. I didn't always know how to write ads. Years ago, I failed miserably. But what I do is I save you a ton of time by teaching you how to do it, okay? So you need to find those rock stars. And it's your job as the CEO of your company to find those rock stars because they're out there. People that love to clean, they're out there. So who here has trouble writing ads? Show of hands. Just say trouble writing ads. I want to know who's having trouble with that. I cover this whole thing in depth in my 6-month group program, accelerator program. You submit your ads to me. I take a look at them. I give suggestions, recommendations. There's homework, right? You go back and forth and I take a look at your ads. We get your ads up. I've had people have really high success rates with a ton of applicants because they've changed the way they were, you know, saying their ads. So you need to develop the skill of writing great ads for your company. This is where you need to start first because this is the first communication with the potential is from the ad. So number 3 is, what are you paying your staff? Is your pay competitive with other companies? Do you know what other companies are paying? If you don't, you should. And you can do this by going on Indeed and looking up other companies and seeing what they're paying. It's as simple as that, right? Very easy to find. Pay is very important, but it isn't everything, right? A great pay but a shitty work environment or an unorganized work environment is not going to keep your staff. Your staff wants to come to work. They want to be organized. They want to be around people that have positive attitudes. They don't want any drama. They want to come to work. They want to do the work and they want to go home. They want to have a good experience. So if your company isn't providing a good experience or your company isn't providing an organized experience, you will lose them eventually, right? You have to pay competitive wages, of course. You need to have some type of bonus structure in there. The staff has to be able to get tips, okay? So here's my tip on the tips. The more tips the staff brings in from the clients, the less it needs to come out of your pocket. So if you have a CRM like Jobber, SendMade, there's a whole bunch of them, or another system, you can send out a link so when they pay for their service, they can also have the ability to leave a tip. We use Jobber. It is not unusual for some of the staff to make in my company to make $200 a week in tips, and that's not coming out of my pocket. That's coming out of the client's pocket because they're doing such a good job. Their quality work is amazing, right? The scheduling is on point, communication skills, we have everything. This is a systems thing. It's a system of good training for our techs, a good CRM system, good communication on our end, so the clients overall had a good experience. They like the girls, they tip the girls. It's a win-win for everyone, and that money's not coming out of my pocket. So that's a big one. That's a big one. Having a CRM where you can take credit cards, it's massive. It's going to change your business. It'll change your business. Who here is operating from Google Calendar? Let's check in and see who's doing that. Belinda, who have written some ad, not reading anything yet. I'll help you. Belinda, I'm going to side message you anyways because I know I want to see if you're understanding everything. Jeannie, my friend, thank you for recommending me so much yesterday. We had 150 cleaning business owners join the group in the last 24 hours. That's insane. Katrina, yeah, I like Jobber. Hustles, no hobbies, provide income, fitness instructor. I used to teach step in high impact aerobics. No real trouble with ads. That's good. That's really good. I know. I was like, oh my God, Jeannie, I gotta tell her. I was hoping you were on tonight. So do you have, the next one is number 4. Do you have advancement opportunities for your staff? So do you talk about advancement with your company in your interview? If not, you should. You should always be looking for your next team lead, your next team leader, your team trainer, your quality control manager. You want to attract people that want to grow with your company. You don't want people that just want a job. So if you interview someone and they're like, I just need a job, you need to run to the hills. You need to run and get away from them, okay? Never hire someone that says they are applying to several jobs and they just need a job. That means they're not looking for long term. They just want an immediate paycheck, okay? It means they may not be committed to your company, okay? They may not want to grow. So these levels of management is what's going to give you your time freedom, right? They will enable you to take a vacation and have your company still run and bring in money. So this is also something that needs to be in your hiring ad. Talk about your levels of management and how you're looking for your next team leaders. Let them know there's room for advancement with your company and feel them out with this and see, what their thoughts are on this. So people want to know if there's room for raises and personal growth within a company they're applying for. So if you tweak things and you master these things, I guarantee you, you will have a better outcome. You will get more qualified people that apply. I promise you, but you have to put in the work to learn how to write these ads, okay? Not everyone's going to work out, and you have to get used to this. You're going to have weird interviews. You're going to have people that show up in their slides and their slippers. I've had people come to work in the office in slippers. I've had people show up on Zooms in bathrobes. I mean, it's ridiculous. Then I've had people show up late, and then I have people say they cancel and say they're in the ER and they lie. I had 3 people one time in the same day say their kids were in the ER. I'm like, no, they're not. I go, and that's just bad karma for you. So it's all the way you react to. So if you react crazy and go up and down with the emotions, okay, it's going to take a toll on you. The most successful business owners know how to roll with the punches and go straight like this, right? That's the difference. Right? This entrepreneur emotional roller coaster is going to make you want to quit. You have to figure out how to stop going like this and just go to streamline, be like, yeah, I'm just going to take the day, solve the problems, get to the end of the day, that's it. You'll do much better off and you'll go much further if you can master that. So number 5, how are you as a boss? It's always hard to look inward. It's probably one of the most difficult things you will have to do. You have to be friendly to your staff, but you have to be stern and commanding at the same time. You have to do things that make them respect you, right? You have to give direction, you have to give guidance. So employees are looking to be led. They're not like us. We're like, we want to create. Employees want to know what exactly to do and to do it. They want to be led. So you have to have a structure in place for this, okay? And that's one of the reasons why people will leave your company, because there isn't any structure in place, all right? I know this is hard to look at sometimes. Do you have structure in your company? So if you're always joking around with them and meeting them on their level all the time, this could eventually backfire on you. You're not their friend, you're their boss, right? It's kind of like being a parent almost. You're not your child's friend, you are their parent, and parents give guidance and sometimes have to discipline, right, at certain moments of the time, because you can't let them walk all over you. And given the chance, if you don't command respect, they will, right? How is your attitude towards them? Do you come off pushy? Do you come off bossy or bitchy or anything like that? Are you jaded that you portray negativity? I've seen this before in burnt out bosses. It happens, right? It happens. You have to not be like that. You have to, as soon as that door opens and they start coming in the morning, you're just smiley. You can't portray your feelings and your negativity upon them because they're going to feel that, okay? Are you a person that a glass is half full or half empty? Are you a what now person, like, or what next? Oh, what now is going to happen? What's next? You know, something bad happens, you just expect something else bad to happen. You can't do that because your employees are going to pick up on this. Right? They can feel this energy, I'm telling you. So if you're running around with all this pent up negativity because you're burned out, I'm a jaded boss energy, they can pick up on it, right? And you can't do this or you will drive people away. I've seen it. I work with a lot of cleaning business owners. I've seen people drive employees away. I know what this looks like, right? So you're going to drive them away. You'll drive them away in the interview if you're jaded and negative on the interview, okay? But especially when they start working with you, you can't, people don't want to be around this, right? They want to have a good experience. People quit because they don't like their coworkers, they don't like their boss. The third reason is because the pay isn't enough. But those two reasons are before the pay, right? Candace, I don't expect bad things. Everything is always good. Positive attitude. I know you want to, because you're a helpful person. You like to help people, Candace. That's why. You're awesome, they said. I'm so happy you told me. I love to share my mentors with others, and you just validated. So, I was so excited. I let them, let people in or whatever. And I was all last night before I went to bed, I was letting people in. And then I woke up this morning and there was 58 more people. And I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, all these people need help, So I thank you. And that's the thing. I mean, those groups are out there because people need help. People don't know, there's some good advice. There's a lot of bad advice out there too. There's a lot of jaded people on there that because, they've been in this and they're burnt out and stuff. So it's hard. People need to get the right, advice or whatever. Okay. So if any of you are struggling, if you're new on here or you're watching this on replay, I know a lot of people are going to watch this on replay. If anyone's struggling with hiring, we should have a chat. We should talk. We see what's going on for you in your business, see where the struggle is, where the disconnect is, okay? And we fix it. That's it. We fix it, right? My clients are getting great results. I try and post the testimonials when I can. They're learning how to hire. They're learning how to calm their energies and slow their reactions to staff. They're learning how to become better bosses. They're getting out of the field. I'm just so thrilled when I see like testimonials and stuff like that. I'm just so happy that people are getting results and they're getting, freedom in their lives. So there's a couple ways that, you can work with me. I have a 6-month Elevate Your Cleaning Business Accelerator. I have a bunch of amazing ladies in it. Some of them are on this call tonight. It's a great way to learn how to hire the right employees. For the time being right now, I have an open enrollment, but that is changing in October. In October, we're going to a 4-quarter-a-year enrollment. So what does that mean? It means I will no longer be doing open enrollments, but rather like a cohort sort situation where a certain number of people are in the same class at the same time. So the reason why I'm doing this is with the success of the group program, the first group of cleaning business owners are really like gelling together. They're getting to know each other. It's so cool to see. Plus next year, we are going to be launching our first in-person retreat up here in the Boston, Mass area, which I'm super thrilled about. So making smaller cohorts is just going to make this overall experience better for all of you, and that's always my goal, to continue to improve, and you have better experiences and get better and better results. So my mission is to help as many cleaning business owners as I can grow and scale to whatever level that you want to be at. You want to be at $250,000 perfect. You want to be at 500 perfect. You want to be at $1 million perfect. So the program includes like a whole section on hiring, retaining talent for your cleaning business, a massive section on social selling, packaging up your services to get high paying clients, right? Systems on streamlining your processes to make your life and your business easier for you, and a ton of other stuff that you need, whether it comes to agreements and price increase letters and things like that, that are going to help you scale your business, but also give you the time freedom, because the money's great, but the time freedom is better. If you can wake up one morning and say, no, I don't feel like going to the office today, you've won. You have won when you get to that point. So if you want to learn more, type me in the chat. I'll reach out. That's the group program. I also offer private sessions as well, and then single sessions as well too, if you just need a bunch of questions answered. I've just started offering that too. So happy hiring, everyone. I want you all to have a lovely, lovely evening. Let me just check in and see if there's any more questions. I would like help with this. You're struggling with the hiring. I'll reach out, Katrina. I know you've been on the last few lives. So many people have no guidance, Jeannie. So many people. And so many people are out there making so many mistakes with clients and employees and stuff like that. You're welcome, Belinda. All right. You all have a good evening. I'll talk to you all soon. Bye-bye.